Today we're going to do some experiments with gasoline. Danger. Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Well, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I like to mess around with things that are gasoline powered, between motorcycles, cars, lawnmowers, pretty much anything with an engine. Now, in the not so distant past, there was a small gas shortage in the United States, and there was all kinds of pictures and videos of people filling up everything with gasoline, from plastic bags to trash cans to milk jugs. And anytime something like that happens, then all the internet experts get on and say, hey, you can't do that, gasoline melts plastic. Well, I really wonder if they're thinking. I mean, there's a lot of vehicles out there that have plastic gas tanks. Hey, look, there's one right behind me right now. And probably your lawnmower, your weed eater, chainsaw, maybe even your car has a plastic gas tank. So then there's other people online who'll say, well, not that plastic, but you know, a plastic bag or a milk jug. I remember reading one comment about a guy who said that he ran out of gas and he put gas in a milk jug, and 30 seconds later it was leaking. So what I have is a whole bunch of different plastic containers, and we're going to fill them up with some gasoline, and we'll see if they hold gasoline and how long they hold gasoline. Now, I'm not a scientist by any means. I'm just a guy with a garage, a camera, a YouTube channel, and an inquisitive mind. Now, I do know that a lot of plastic containers will contain gasoline for a long time with no issues whatsoever. I have this old, I don't know what kind of plastic jug it is, that I put old gasoline every time I get a motorcycle or a lawnmower that has old gasoline. I stick it in there, and I use this for cleaning bearings and that sort of thing before I discard it. It usually has water in it. You might see water in the bottom of it. Now, this has been hiding out in my shop for a couple of years. So there's my empirical evidence, or whatever you call that. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. But what we're going to do today, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Should have had it prepped a little bit better. All right, I have this is a water jug, but it's the same material that a milk jug is made out of. I have a fast food container here. You know, your giant 99-cent soda or whatever it is. I have a high quality super thin water bottle. I have this crinkle plastic bag. I think this had two hamburger buns in it. I have some snack sized zipper bags, Ziploc. I have these super thin, these are bread bags. And I have numerous grocery plastic bags. I might have to try to find some more of these. I know that a lot of these are just not even waterproof. They won't hold water. So we'll try a couple of them. And I have some gasoline, of course, here. Probably 91 octane. I'm pretty sure that's what I usually buy. California fuel. So this would be probably 10% ethanol. And then we're going to perform all of these experiments, hopefully, inside of this big plastic tub here. And for stuff like this, I'm going to put that inside, support it inside of something else. That way, you know, if I put gas in this and it leans over like that. So we're not going to be too scientific, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gasoline in each of these. And I will check everything at the 1 hour mark, 2, 4 hours, and we'll go from there and see how this works. So let me put a little bit of gasoline in each one of these. I'm not going to fill them all the way to the top, obviously. And like I said, this, I don't know if that's going to hold water. These grocery bags, I have no idea, or water, if it's going to hold fuel. And these grocery bags the same way, but we'll try a couple of them. All right, let me get some gas in these and we'll come right back. wrote down the time already here of when we started. Now it looks like this one is already leaking. It looked like it leaked immediately. I'm going to just chalk that up to this bag not being watertight, gas tight. Let's take a look at this one here. Put you in the stand here. Excuse the noise. It always makes a little creaky noise when you put it in there. Let's see if that one is holding. Okay, it appears that we have a good sealed bag for this one, so this will make a nice test. Some room for it inside of the containment area here. Bring you back. Alright. This one I am going to assume is good as well. Let's pull up the corner and take a peek here. I wrapped the bag around the outside of this to kind of make it stay in here better. I said I'm not a scientist, so I'm sure that there's some stuff you'd be doing better. Yeah, I can see underneath the bag that there's no leakage inside of the container here. I'll bring this up so y'all can see that. See, there's none in the bottom of that. So this one's already a bust, and I don't know as if we can write it up to the plastic not holding the gas, or if this was just a bad plastic container to begin with. I might look and see if I can find something else like this in my pantry, and we'll give that one another shot. But for now, we have a lot of different good test variables with the water bottle, the milk jug, our fast food Ziploc bag, super thin bread bag, and the grocery sack. Okay, I found this even thinner than this one, plastic bag. This was over some Pop Secret popcorn. So I tried to carefully open it, and it's so very thin it's ripping on the sides, but as you can see it is holding. I'm going to set a second start time for this one since it started a couple minutes later, and we'll replace this one. I'm giving the first update here at 30 minutes. We have no leakage on any of the containers. This one is not quite 30 minutes, of course. It's about 5 minutes under the others. Still no leakage. I peeled back here. There's no leakage under this one. The thin bread bag. No leakage under the big chain store grocery bag, or whatever you want to call it. Ziploc. Holding strong. Of course, our milk jug from the internet story of it melting before he could walk a half mile back to his car. Still holding. We'll check back at the 1 hour mark. So just like any real scientist, I went in the house and watched an episode of Letterkenny, and I'm back here at the 1 hour mark. So let's take a peek at what we got. Okay, it looks like our Pop Secret bag. This one's about 55 minutes. I see no evidence of leakage on that one. Our generic Ziploc. No evidence of leakage on that one. And our super thin bread sack here. Alright, we do have evidence of leakage in there. You can see it inside of there. So this one is leaking somewhere, which is surprising. I would have figured this one would have lasted longer than this kind of cellophane-y one here. I guess it's 5 minutes up. Alright, let's see about this one here. Let me move some stuff out of the way. Oh, and as a side note, there's zero evidence of leakage out of any of these. Well, there's got a little condensation spot under there, but that's not leakage. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, the bottom of the... Well, there's a little tiny moisture in the bottom there. I'm really surprised that this one is holding as well as it is. I would have figured this one wouldn't have held anything. I don't know if you've ever
brought home chicken or ground beef or something in one of these, it seems like they don't seem to hold very well. Okay, we'll come back at the 2-hour mark. Welcome back. Here we're at hour 2. No change in any of these harder plastic items. They all seem to be holding really well. The Ziploc bag, I have zero evidence of leakage. And the cellophane bag here. Starting to see a little tiny bit of moisture in the bottom of that cup here. Just a little tiny evidence of it at 2 hours. We'll do this bread bag next. We got a fair amount of gasoline in the bottom of the container here, but it's still structurally sound. It hasn't melted. Set that aside. And our grocery bag here. Start to see a drop in the bottom. The bottom of this ice cream bucket. It's got a little tiny bit of moisture, but as you can see, we're still structurally sound. It hasn't melted. So that's our 2-hour update. We will come back at 4 hours and see what it looks like. I'm going to need to apologize. I said I would be back at 4 hours to check these, but it's been 6 hours total. I got called out to help a friend, but whatever, 6 hours. Ziploc, well, plastic bag, zero evidence of leakage. This is a non-name brand, by the way, and this is the thin, not the quart or the heavy duty or freezer style bags. All of these plastic containers are showing no evidence of leakage. The super thin water bottle and our fast food cup, zero evidence of leakage on any of those. This cellophane bag, this is the one I thought for sure was going to leak very much, and it has a little tiny bit of leakage in the bottom here. Probably can see that, but it's holding. That's 6 hours. Looks like our super thin bread bag here, still holding. We've leaked, I don't know, a couple tablespoons out, but it's still holding. There, you saw a drip off of there maybe. 6 hours. And let's check this one here. Our grocery store plastic bag. Fair amount of liquid in the bottom there, but it holds fuel at a 6 hour mark. Well, I guess we will come back when the sun goes down here at the 12 hour mark. The plastic containers, I have a feeling those are going to hold for quite a while. I don't think these are going to leak anytime within a couple of days. But I was anticipating these plastic bags were going to leak very quickly. And the only one that hasn't shown any sign of leakage is this one, but I have to still say I am impressed with the capabilities of these plastic bags. All right, 12 hours. It's dark outside. Having an evening beer. And let's take a look. 3 harder plastic items. No evidence. There's your milk jug. No leaky. Our snack bag, showing no evidence of leakage. Let's check this cellophane-y type bag. This one is really my biggest surprise. There's a little bit of moisture in the bottom here. See that? That's all we have after 12 hours. I think this one appears to have given up. Yeah, we're going to call that one mostly given up. Well, we didn't measure it before, but it's still holding. Better than I thought. Set that aside. And now for our plastic grocery bag. That one appears to have accumulated a little bit more, but it's still holding as well. Alright, well, I think I'm going to set this all aside, and we'll see you in the morning. We'll do 24 hours. 24-hour update. We have no changes in any of our harder plastic items here. All perfectly capable of holding gasoline for at least 24 hours. The Ziploc style bag is still performing great. Zero evidence of leakage. Our surprise cellophane bag here just has that little minor bit of whatever in the bottom there. Not melted. Super thin bread style bag. It's leaking more, but still surprisingly holding the majority. And our chain store bag appears to have a little bit more leakage, but still fully containing the majority. "48-hour update, still no melted plastic bags or plastic containers. The cellophane one still holding pretty good. Our plastic storage bag has zero evidence of leakage. Our bread bag, it has appeared to leak some more. Now, I feel like I should have done a control group with just water with a few of these, because I think that the bread bag and the plastic grocery bag here probably wouldn't hold water any better than they hold gasoline. But this is 48 hours. Of course, there's no issues whatsoever with any of these harder plastic items. Day 3, 72 hours. No leakage. No leakage. No leakage. Gasoline has not eaten through the milk jug or the water bottle or the cup or the Ziploc bag. None. Oh, wait. There's a drop in the bottom. Okay, well, maybe a drop. Then again, it was kind of sitting like that when I picked it up this morning, so it shifted a little bit, so maybe it leaked out of the Ziploc seal. This one surprises me the most, this cellophane kind of bag. It still has a little bit of moisture in the bottom, but it has not eaten through the bag. We got maybe a tablespoon or so of gasoline in the bottom here. Still holding gas for the most part. And this super thin bread bag has leaked the most. Still hasn't eaten through the bag. we'll go another day. Day 4, 96 hours. Our 3 hard plastic containers. 0 evidence of any issues. Thin, flimsy style bread bag. Still holding some gasoline. It's leaked more. Plastic grocery bag. Let's see what we got there. Doesn't appear to have leaked much more over the last 24 hours. Cellophane bag also appears to have a tiny bit of leakage out of it, but it is holding. And our nice plastic storage bag. I see nothing in there. So, after 96 hours, 4 days, our plastic bags have not melted, have not deteriorated in a huge fashion, and of course the hard plastic items, our water bottle and our melting milk jug, plastic cup here, none of those have leaked at all. Okay, I know it's not the most scientific experiment in the world, but I think I have proven that gas is not going to immediately eat through plastic items like that. Now, I'm not going to leave these sit around for a whole lot longer. I have open containers of gasoline sitting in my garage. Not really the best situation in the world, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take that thin water bottle and the food storage bag, Ziploc, and I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to put the date and time when I started the experiment in them, and I will give 30-second to 1 minute YouTube short style possibly updates on these things maybe every 2 weeks or whatever, and we'll see if it ever eats through any of those items. The other ones, like I said, I'm just going to dump that gas out into my waste and not leave open gasoline containers in my garage. All right, it was kind of fun. I wasn't positive what would happen, but I was pretty sure. So, like I said, I'm sure someone out there is going to dispute my facts or say I did something incorrect, but that's all right. It was just for fun. If you like what I'm putting out, give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.